with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. I am absolutely doing my fucking nut in here with this fucking rib injury, not being able to move, exercise. I wake up in the morning, my rib is sorer than the day before. Today's actually the worst day so far. I can barely fucking move it. This injury is just feeding into all my fucking laziness. It's tapping into it. If you looked at my step count over the last 3 days, I would say I would fucking be on about 100 steps. Over the 3 days, not per day. Over the 3 days. And a few of those steps would just be me fucking jiggling the counter around, putting my pants on and taking them off. Piled on top of that, I've spent all day today, all fucking day, like 6 hours trying to fucking work out fucking advertising on Facebook and Instagram with this Meta Business Suite thing. You've never seen anything like it. Every time I think I've got to the end of it, you fucking end up having to recode your fucking website. And then I've got fucking Kev out there in Canada. Kev, who just happens to have the same fucking birthday as me. I'm working with him trying to fucking organize this, but it's his birthday as well. But his birthday's today because Canada's behind. So he's probably out there doing fucking blow and drinking like a maniac. He's not interested in fucking sorting out my website today. So I'm sitting there trying to fucking do it myself, and I'm full blown retarded. So everything takes me like 10x the amount of time that it would take a normal person to do it, because I just have no fucking idea. So I've just been churning away at that today, and it's been fucking bubbling my head away. And usually I would just fucking go take a break, blast out a few fucking reps, or go to jiu-jitsu and choke some cunts out. But I haven't even got that option now. I can't even fucking really go for a walk. I can walk pretty easily, but not like anything that's going to make me sweat or anything. Get the blood flowing properly. Tomorrow, it's been a week. I'm going to go for a sauna or something tomorrow. I'll do that. I'll do a sauna tomorrow, just sweat some shit out. Then fucking, I need to have a plan. I can't just fucking float through the next 5 weeks. I need to fucking meditate. I need to read, write, fucking. Tomorrow, it all begins. The regiment begins. I don't even know what it's going to be, but fucking expect some more content. Fucking the cunts who saw the fucking before and after on Patreon, loving the comments. Some of them hurt, I have to admit. Some of them really hurt. Especially fucking Paul O'Neill's comment. He's Irish, so they know how to get you. He's like, nice fist clench to get the tricep popping. And I was clenching hard. I needed to get that vein out. Those ones hurt more than like, you look like an AIDS patient, all that sort of shit. He knew what I was trying to do. I was trying to mask it, but it was fucking out there and the Irish cunt picked it. But after that, I've had a few people message me asking me to do a Patreon episode on like my diet and exercise routine sort of thing. So I might fucking bang that up tomorrow. I might get the fucking camera out and show you exactly what I'm fucking eating and doing to get all that fucking disgusting fat off. So expect that tomorrow. Anyway, fucking seems that I have a lot of fucking time on my hands. I've had enough time to do a Boyle Breaks History today, so let's fucking do it. Boyle Breaks History time. So I got a message today from one of my Muslim friends, and he was like, check this out. He's like, throughout history, the Jews have been expelled from their lands like 1,000 times. Like expelled from countries. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't think he was saying that empathetically. I think he was saying that more in a way like, it's obviously these cunts. These cunts are the problem. For cunts to have been expelled 1,000 times, at some point you've got to say, it's you, not us. I think that's what he was saying. I don't think he was saying poor Jews They've been expelled thousands of times from their lands. Can we just give them a break? I don't think anyone's saying that besides the Jews. Anyway, so I had a look at this little map of 1,000 fucking arrows of Jews being sent out of their lands. And then I saw fucking England expelled the Jews. It was a little thing called the Edict of Expulsion in 1219. A decree issued by King Edward I of England, which ordered the expulsion of all Jews from the Kingdom of England. Now, there wasn't that many Jews in England, to be fair. There was like 3,000 Jews back in 1290, and they only got there like 100 years earlier. But they were protected by the king up until the expulsion because the Jews, and I think this might be where they keep running into problems, the Jews were able to lend money with interest. They were the only ones. Historically, Christians weren't allowed to lend money at interest. There was no usury in Christianity, and there was no usury in Islam either. So the Jews were the only ones at the time who could just fucking lend out at interest. And the king protected the Jews because they were the ones making the money. They were the bankers, the financiers, the merchants. So basically, they're making money out of thin air. They're like, here's $100, I want 10 back on it. So eventually all the money would get sucked into that section. That section being the Jew section. But even though the Jews were making bank back in England there, the fucking king was taxing the absolute fuck out of them. Like 50, 60% tax, but still people didn't really give a fuck about that. They were like, the Jews are the money lenders. I don't really want to pay back the money. Let's fuck these Jews off. And it was the knights. I'm going to say Knights of the Round Table, but I don't know. Are there other knights? The knights were the ones who pushed King Edward to expel the Jews because they were getting fucked over with the usury, and I don't think they were earning much, the knights. This is where I really break history and just fucking rip some fake history. So the knights weren't earning that much money, and the property prices went up because the Jews were fucking lending at high interest. And what else was there? The land prices went up. So the knights all got together and they're like, let's fuck the Jews off. And King Edward was like, yeah, sweet, because he wanted to galvanize the public because there'd been a few like spot fires. They released the Magna Carta, I don't know when it was, like fucking a few years before. Could be 100, could be 20, I don't know. But that gave the counties and that a lot more freedoms to do what they wanted. And as soon as they got those freedoms, do you know what they did? Expelled the Jews. So the Jews were just getting expelled by counties, and they were on the move around England. And then eventually King Edward was like, all right, no more Jews. We ran that experiment. The Jews have to leave England by a certain time. It almost sounds exactly like what the Jews are doing to the Palestinians now. They said there's a road to the south or some shit like that. No one touches the Jews. There's a safe passage, but you got to be the fuck out of there. The only difference seems to be is the Jews, I think the Jews are bombing the Palestinians on that safe passage. Anyway, the Jews were expelled, and the Edict of Expulsion lasted for 360 years. No Jews in England for another 360 years. A lot of them went to France until they got expelled from France. And a lot of them went to Spain until they got expelled from Spain. And unfortunately, quite a lot of them ended up in Germany. And we all know fucking what happened there. Maybe I need to learn a little bit more about Jew history. They seem like they've had a pretty bad run since they killed Jesus. It hasn't been very smooth sailing ever since then. Anyway, that's the Edict of Expulsion. I could probably do another 450 episodes of Boyle Breaks history on Jews getting expelled from somewhere. Anyway, that'll fucking do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I'll see you the fuck later.